Ciao everybody, I'm your big bro Kanetsu.
Ouch! Nani?
And welcome back to another Monologue Thursday. This time I'm going to answer some of your questions about asexuality, and I want to respond to some of your comments from my asexuality video that probably got deleted because there was the word sex in it. I want also to remind you that these are my opinions and not all asexuals might think like me. So let's start with the first question by Ken. I'm new, but I have to learn more about asexual people. I don't understand how someone can't be sexually attracted to anyone. The simple answer is, we don't know. Just like we don't know why someone is attracted to the same sex, there are tons of hypotheses about it, and all of them they don't make sense, and they make sense at the same time. It could be because of the environment, genetics, psychological, and if you feel attraction, it's definitely hard to understand for you. But it's the same thing for me. It's really hard for me to understand how you feel too. So rather than trying to understand, try to accept that there are other people that don't feel like you. I hope I've made some sense. Next question by Mewi. When did you realize you are ace? This is a good question because sexuality has never been part of my life until I started to question myself if I was gay. I never got intrusive questions about girlfriends. I was always quiet about sex, so people thought that I was a private person and respected that. And I've never thought there was something wrong with me, even if I was suspecting something. Because you usually think that everyone is more or less like you. But when I started to read about other people's feelings and such, I was. And by other people I mean the non-asexual ones. I was shocked because that's not me. And this was at the beginning of March 2021, this year. Before that I was considering being somewhere on the spectrum, mostly because I was scared to admit it to myself. And the next question by Leslie, sorry if I say it wrong. Where on the spectrum are you? I think I'm completely asexual. I have to fall in love to see if I am demisexual, but I also like to think that I am cupiosexual. I just don't worry about it much. I like to keep things simple, so I say asexual to everybody and keep micro labels to myself. Pastel Bunny asks, what's the most challenging thing about being ace in your opinion? I think it's relationships if you want to have one. If the people around you don't stress too much about it, you're fine. Friendship might also be hard, because when your friends get in a relationship, they might spend less time with you. So they move on in life and you're kinda left behind. It depends on how much loneliness affects you. If you are ace and like to be alone, that's a win-win to me. Now it's time for Elias' question. Do you find it hard dating as an asexual? So I don't have any dating experience. I think it is a bit more challenging for sure. But asexuality for me is just another excuse to not date on top of all the other excuses I have. I still want to have sex, so I don't think I will have problems. I will just talk about it so they know what to expect and see where things go. Kirsikal has a few questions for me. Have you ever had to deal with someone belittling you for being obnoxious because of your asexuality? No, I'm lucky that my friends are really cool with it. I even got positive, nice feedback from social media overall. How did your family friends react when you came out? I didn't come out to them directly because I think that it's not relevant to tell unless asked. They have probably seen me posting it on social media, but they didn't tell me anything, so they probably don't care about it. People around me are not used to ask me personal questions, and that's good. What's your opinion on the idea that asexual are not part of the LGBT+ community? As my personal experience with asexuality, I don't feel the need to be part of the LGBT community. As a gay man, I think they should belong because the more the merrier. I don't think that the community should only be for the ones that are heavily oppressed and can get physical harm from it. And also we should not exclude the one that have the option to be in a straight relationship. What do you think is the most common misconception about asexuality? That asexuals don't like sex. And that confuses people. Now it's time to respond to some of your comments that got deleted. First is hard to handle. For me, I am ace, I like physical contact, but I don't want it to lead to sex, so it always confuses people. I want to cuddle and lay on the couch with someone and watch my shows, but since it always seems to mislead others, I don't even try anymore. I don't get lonely, but I like to encounter intimacy. Am I in a lane all on my own? Honestly, not at all. I do feel the same. I don't feel lonely. Having intimacy is like having bonus points. And I know you're not the only one to feel like this. Actually, a lot of asexuals feel like this. The problem is probably hookup culture. The next one is from Monty. Your sexuality is your own and not for anyone else to comment on. Though, in my opinion, going by what you have said in this video and previous ones, from what I have heard, it does sound like a typical case of a young, depressed gay man that felt unattractive in his younger years in a, for the most part, majority religious, conservative country. Although I am 22 years old, I did have a similar experience throughout my teenage years. I was the only white and fat kid in my school, and although I knew that I was attracted to men as well as women, I didn't feel comfortable expressing the side of me for fear of being labeled the fat gay kid. My older brother had the same experience too. He was also the fat depressed kid, and because of that he never felt comfortable having sex or entering into a relationship until recently. Now that he is 28 years old, lost some weight and realized he's not ugly, he has recently come out as pansexual and started dating men. I've never seen him so comfortable in himself as he is now. I honestly think that when you're young male and you don't see yourself in anyone around you mentally, physically or sexually, it's down self-esteem, your self-love and your desire to be desired. Then again, I understand that asexuality and aromance is a very real thing for some people, and just because they may not see themselves as a sexual being and or as a romantic partner doesn't mean that they are missing out on something. Although yes, I do think that sex is a part of the human experience, it isn't indicative of it. See, you felt attraction despite being depressed? I never did. I know I'm not ugly now and I even get compliments, but nothing changed. Sexual attraction is something that I don't experience. And the last comment from my dear Sylvan. Sex always played a huge role in my life until the natural aging process and the decline in testosterone that comes with that. Many men that reach my age don't miss the distraction of desire, and some might even look forward to being able to focus more clearly on other things when that distraction declines. Most old men just accept a degree of asexuality in their senior years as a natural part of life. I would not call them broken. They are just at a different stage of life. Personally, unlike most men my age, I did miss the distraction. Well, and I can understand that, since being sexual is quite a manly thing. And for someone to lose that is quite detrimental. I'm reminded of the Dylan Thomas poem, I'm not ready to go gently into that good night. But you can't miss something you never had, and it is my understanding that desire is just something you have never experienced, and so there is no missing it. It is fascinating that you see yourself as a gay even though you do not have a drive to explore that physically with another man, but that is certainly how I was before puberty and testosterone become a driver of my sexuality. I was always gay even without the testosterone and physical sex. I was always different from the other boys regardless of whether or not I was having sex. Sex is just one part of being gay, so I can totally get being asexual and still gay. It was exactly that for the first 13 years of my life. Yeah, I can't miss something I've never experienced, just like I can't miss sex since I never had it before. I don't have a drive to explore it with random people. I simply can't put myself in a hookup situation, and I don't see that change anytime soon. I like to explore stuff with a boyfriend and take things slow. But yeah, being gay is not just about the sex. I'm glad you think like that. Thank you so much everyone for posting your questions and comments. I hope to have done a good job in answering them. You can ask for clarification in the comment section if you want. Remember to leave a like if you like the video and subscribe if you like me. And thank you so much for watching. And remember that I'm proud of you and I believe in you, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.